Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In previous video, we created GitHub account and also we created remote repository in GitHub. And if you have still not yet watched my previous video, I will put previous video link in the description. Please go and watch. Today we will be discussing about Git basic commands as well as some introduction part about Git and what is Git, what is GitHub, understanding version control, and then what is the difference between Git and GitHub, then what is the use of Git and what is the benefits of Git, and we will discuss about Git Workflow with the Git basic commands. So without wasting a time, we will start some introduction part about Git. What is Git? So what is Git? Git is a free and open source version control system, and that version control system is a distributed version control system. There is two version control software version control system. One is centralized version control system. Another one is decentralized version control system. Decentralized version control system is also known as distributed version control system. Again, I'm telling there are two version control system mainly used nowadays. One is centralized version control system, another one is decentralized version control system. That decentralized version control system is also known as distributed version control system, and this Git will use distributed version control system, and that is responsible for whatever happens in the system, whatever the local system, whatever changes you made in your local system, that code changes, source code changes made in your local system, that is will be reflected in your GitHub account, and whatever it is related to GitHub account, the code changes happens to your local system, it is always keep track of that, and you can use freely cost without paying money. Next is understanding version control. So what is version control? Version control is also known as source control, and it is a technique of tracking and managing the changes to the source code, whatever the source code developed by the developers team. Okay, those code changes can be tracked and managed and then in your Git. Okay, so these are the systems that are software tools that enables the software teams to manage modifications done to your source code. Okay, this software tool will help you to manage the modification done to your source code. So what is GitHub then? What is GitHub? GitHub is widely used, free to use cloud storage platform. Okay, it is a cloud storage platform. What is GitHub? Is a cloud storage platform where you can able to use freely. Okay, you can able to use freely with version control, that is your Git, and many other essential features that specifically helps developers to manage and deploy their projects on the GitHub. This GitHub will help you to manage your code as well as deploy your project on the Git platform. This GitHub platform is your cloud storage platform. Benefits of using Git. So what is the first benefits? The first benefits is history tracking. History tracking means Git allows you to track every changes, whatever the changes done to your project, okay, in your local system. Okay, that changes can be viewed. Okay, so those changes, when you're working with the team, over the person, individual person who done the changes in your GitHub, that can be viewed, that can be able to see that who made those changes and when it is done. Those changes can be tracked. Okay, next, collaboration. So you can work with the multiple developers for the same project. Okay, you can work with the multiple developers on the same project. Okay, and also you can able to collaborate with each other at the same time and for the same project, and you can able to see the code changes, and also you can work efficiently to manage your code, and you can able to merge the code changes. Next benefits is merging and branching. So branching and merging. So branching and merging will help you to create a new branches, multiple branches. Why we need to create a new branches? The reason is you can able to add new features to your project. Okay, if you go with adding new features to your versional project, it may occur some new bugs or new errors. Okay, not to avoid that, you can able to create new branches. That new branches will be having the copy of original branch, means the original project copy will be available to the new branches, newly created branches. Until unless the code changes will not be reflected in your original branches, and until you choose to merge. Okay, so that you can create a new branches and you can work with that original project, and you can add new features to that. Okay, you can add new features to that, and after fixing the bugs, and you can able to merge those changes back to the main branch. Okay, so next benefits is offline work. Offline work means you can work with your project even though without internet, without connecting to the internet. Once you use Git software, you can able to work in your local system itself. Okay, in your local system, in your laptop, you can able to start working on the project offline. Once the project is completed, once your part of code is completed, then you can able to commit those changes in your GitHub account. Okay, so these are the benefits of using Git. Then why we use Git? Here are some reason why we use Git. In order to track the changes to your code. The first point is, in order to track the changes to your code, then collaborate on project with others, then maintain an organized code history, and also easily revert to the previous version when needed. If you have created a new features, if you have added new features, and if you have created a new version of your software, if you want, you can able to go with the previous version also. Next, release your code efficiently and manage the versions. You can able to release your code efficiently, then you can able to manage the code, and you can able to manage the version of your software. This Git will help you to enhance the productivity and code integrity in the software development. And then what is the difference between Git and GitHub? What is the difference between Git and GitHub? Git is a version control system that allows the developer to track the changes to their code locally, while GitHub is a web-based platform, or it is a cloud platform. Okay, so that provides hosting for the Git repository and facilitates collaboration among the developers. Okay, so there is a main difference. So next we will be understanding the Git workflow. Help you to look over the basic commands, how the basic commands will be used in the Git. Okay, so this is your workspace, your local system, the workspace that you are working in your local system. Okay, so in that local system you will be working with some project. When you finish your part of the code, when you're done with the part of code, then you need to deploy it in your GitHub account. So in order to deploy it in your GitHub account, some basic commands we will be using. Okay, we will be working with some basic commands in the local repository, that is your Git. Okay, and then those basic commands will help you to host your project from your Git, from your local system to your GitHub account. Okay, so here from workspace to staging area, there are some stages. Okay, from your local system, when you're hosting your project from your local system to GitHub, there are some stages, some steps you need to follow. Okay, while following those steps, you will be using the commands, Git commands. Okay, so from workspace to staging steps. Okay, staging area, we can also call it as a staging area. From workspace to staging area, we will be using git add command. Okay, and then from staging area to local repository, okay, we will be using git commit. And then after pushing your project from workspace to staging area, from staging area to local repository, your project will be in the local repository. Okay, from local repository to remote repository, from local repository to remote repository, if you want to move your project, then you will be using git push command. Okay, from workspace to staging area, you will be using git add command. From staging area to local repository, you will be using git commit command. From local repository to remote repository, you will be using git push command. Okay, so next, if you want to reset the changes done from workspace to staging area, you will be using git reset. Okay, in order to reset the changes done, okay, those changes you can able to do it git with the help of git reset command. From local repository to workspace, if you want to move the file in order to reset, you will be again using git reset command. Next, clone command, git clone command. Okay, git clone command will help you to pull all the repository, including your folder, all the folder files, readme files, all the files which is included in the folder, everything will be cloned when you use git clone command. So git clone command and git pull command is both are same, it will work with the same. So next is git fetch command. Git fetch command will help you to fetch the changes done to your remote repository from remote repository to local repository. Okay, so that is git fetch command. This is the Git workflow. So next we will be discussing about some git basic commands, and before going with the git basic command, make sure you install the git in your local system. Okay, this is the git installation commands for different operating system. Okay, so for your Windows there is a link, and I have already uploaded how to install the git in your local system. Please check that, and you can install git in your local system. So for other operating system, there are some commands you can use for installation purpose for git. So next video we will discuss about some git basic commands, from basic to advanced commands. So thanks for watching.